RB, this is Q, and OP, Q, R. Well, I'm back, guys. It's Majin Zaku, and today I have in front of me the Astray Red Dragon. It's a P-Bandai kit, as you can probably guess from the box. And I absolutely love the Astrays. I think they're great kits. I think they're well worth a build and a purchase. This kit looks to be no different. It's P-Bandai, so it was a little more expensive, but I think in this case, it's worth it. You do seem to get a lot of extra plastic. So I haven't looked inside of it ever. I haven't opened it up, so let's do that. Let's take a look at what's inside the box. It's your typical P-Bandai box. Monochrome. This one's in red. And basically mirrored images on either side of the box. And it is heavy. I mean, it's quite a bit more heavy than a box of a similar size is normally. He is one mean looking dude. Alright. So we're not going to be using some of the A runner, some of the O runner, some of the F runner, a little more than half of the P runner, and again, it seems like I've seen a lot of this lately where they give you a bunch of polycaps but only use about half of them. And a couple other pieces we're not going to use, but most everything. So not too much spare plastic for kit bashing. And that's what I mean. This kit seems worth the money. You're using all the plastic, almost all the plastic that you get, and there's a lot of it. That's the way I feel like P-Bandai should be approaching these kits, but you know, they got to make their money somehow, and I'm going to buy them regardless. So, okay. Chest unit. And the head with the really deep V-fin that we've seen on the Astrays. But we'll also be adding that clear plastic burst effect. Alright, so it's got the kind of 3-finger hands, if you know what I mean. Thumb, index finger, and then the 3-piece little fingers. I wonder what they call that. Does anybody know what they call that? I call the other hands the 5-finger hands because they're all separate, but what do we call these? So it looks like everything so far is pretty much normal. Pretty much normal for an Astray. More of the legs. This looks good. I think the engineering of this kit is a really solid piece of work. There's the feet and the waist unit. Weapons, shield and beam weapons, your katana style weapon, and then the base instructions. And it looks like if you have ever built a, what is it, Series 5 base, looks like it's similar. More base instructions, and then we get to the mighty backpack and the extra weapons, the P-Bandai weapons, right? So let's take a look at that. All right, so this is backpack flight unit instructions. Man, very nice looking stuff. Gigantic switchblades to boot. All right, and finally the color page. And it is just so slick looking. This is one of my favorite designs, I'd say. And I never learned how to pronounce these gigantic switchblades. How do you pronounce that? CatFishWitch? CatFishWitch? CatFishWitch?
CatFishWitch. Behold, the mighty CatFishWitch.
All right, let's take a look at the runners. Holy shamoly. R2-D2. Beep, boop, beep. G, this is H. These are all R's. Okay. R-A, R-C. This is R-B. Arby's. I like Arby's. I ate there the other day. What do we got here? This is, oh my gosh, B, B-A, and this is A-C-B. Whoa. Kiss your desktop space goodbye because you're going to need all of it. All right, I'm going to get this out of the way because it's cool and small and I don't want to break it. This is runner RA2. It's just the one part and it's labeled 13. Part number 13 on a one-part runner. Okay. Where the hell did A go? Okay, so A1, A2, A3, and A4. It's not just the A runner, it's 4 runners in one. More bang for your buck, see? Four for the price of one. Cool stuff. All right, so that's A runner. This is B runner with our pilot. Seating and standing. Looks like leg and ankle parts. Sorry, that's runner C1. And this is another C1. So you get 2 of those. This is runner D in its bright red glory. Very, very nicely detailed parts there. You can tell a lot of pressure was used to mold these parts. Because that's fine detail in the middle of the runner. And all the gate work all the sprues. They're all really small. And that takes a lot of pressure to be able to form something like that without sinks and air bubbles, and especially in the detail. All those corners look sharp. All the detail looks great. I'm just so impressed with Bandai and their injection molding machines. More legwork. This is E1. This is another E1. So the same runner. F. Looks like some hand parts. The display mount. Some gimmick parts. This is runner G in a kind of silver metallic plastic. It just seems brighter than your ordinary gray plastic. So that was runner G. Now for H, a small runner. It's H2. I don't know where H1 is, but runner O, bottom of the foot and some of the scabbard. And we have two of those. This is runner P. Looks like some head parts in there, top of the head maybe. All right, we have Q, more of the scabbard. I didn't take this one out of the plastic because it is the chromed plastic, and I didn't want to take a chance on it getting scratched up, but it does have the detail on the tang of the sword up here. It does have the symbols there. So that's R in chrome. And then it gets confusing. Okay, so this is RA1. I'm assuming this is the flight unit. This is RA3 in clear green. And again, that's just one part. And it's labeled as part number 14. So I don't know where RA2 is right now, but this is RB1. This is RB2. And at first I thought that was, well, it looks like it is. Kind of a half runner, but they're calling it RB2. This is RC1 with that big V fin. This is RC2, which looks very similar to RC1, except it doesn't have the V fin. So no extra V fin. If you broke yours last time, be careful this time because you don't get a second one. This is runner, oh, okay, let's do RC3 here. And this is an even smaller version of RC1. It's just this piece. And RC2 is everything except this piece. Alright, so this is RB3. It looks like that's a half runner of RB1. RD1. Various parts for the weapons, the large weapons. The CatFishWitch. This is RD2. More parts for the This is RD3. Again, more parts for the niche. Niche. So that was RD3. Let's take a look at RE, which is what, 3 of the same runner. This is runner S in the slightly metallic gold. It's kind of pearlescent, and these parts go to the hilt of the sword. Next we have runner T, which is shield parts and beam weapon parts. Got a single green lens, it looks like, and some red parts here on the side. And finally we have our stand parts. ACB. This is runner ACB. BA13. B1. BA13 B1 and BA13 B2. BA13A. And finally, last but not least, red polycaps. And if you remember looking at the manual, we're only going to use about half of these, so save those extras for the future. The foil stickers, and again the water decals. There you go, guys. What do you think? Was it worth the extra P-Bandai money? I think so. I think this is probably one of the best buys I've made in a while. It is one of the more expensive master grades in the P-Bandai lineup, but worth it. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Catch me next time when I reveal what the completed product looks like. That's it for the Gundam Astray Red Dragon 1.